Talk about low-budget flights. No food or movies? I'm out of here. I like running better. Welcome back, YouTube viewers, to another video. So, as you guys should all know, today is Sonic the Hedgehog's 33rd anniversary. So, to celebrate this milestone, after all, most franchises don't get to last that long, I'm going to be going over why Sonic Adventure 2 is the best Sonic game. To start off, there are the speed stages. So, these are great, the best Sonic levels. Yeah, there are levels I'd say that are about as good as these, but all in all, this is my favorite Sonic game style. Yeah, I guess I understand why some people prefer the open-endedness of SA1, but I like these more thrilling, action-packed, fast-paced levels. They're still very good. They've got alternate pathways and hidden collectibles. They're done very well. Sure, I don't like all of these levels. I don't like Final Chase. I don't like, I guess Final Rush is just okay. It's well made, I'm just terrible at it. Crazy Gadget's okay too, but the rest are all pretty great. Especially Sonic's levels. They're just so fun to play through. I've played these so many times because they're just, well, they're addicting. As the posters in City Escape say, playing SA2 is habit forming. Then there are the treasure hunting and mech stages. Okay, so quick thing about the Knuckles levels, I don't like the raps. They're annoying. I think they're stupid. I like Pumpkin Hill though, but that's it. I think Knuckles levels, cause yeah, aside from Pumpkin Hill, Mild Canyon, I don't like the Knuckles levels. They're not very fun. They're just tedious and annoying. The only reason I have an A rank in Meteor Heart is because one time I played it and it just so happened to give me all the best Emerald locations. So I did the whole thing in a minute and a half. And I'm very proud of that, but it's not like that was because I was a good player. And then as for the mech stages, I like Eggman's. I like all of Eggman's. Tails, the first three are good. I just don't like Eternal Engine. I hate Eternal Engine. Playing that level for the first time was just awful. Then there's City Escape, which of course needs its own segment, because City Escape is the best level for any video game ever. I've played this way too many times. All I will say is that SA2, on each save file you have, it tells you how many times you've played that level, and I've played it way too many times. But part of that was because I needed a lot of extra lives for this game, and I still kind of stink at this game. So whenever I needed extra lives and I was getting to something big in the game, I just go back to City Escape because I knew I had it down well enough to where I can get all the get most of the rings, get a lot of the collectibles, so I could just grind lives in City Escape and Metal Harbor and Green Forest. Just endlessly get enough lives here until I had a bunch. It's really helpful, but City Escape itself is just really fun. It has this cool whole look to it, because I do really like SA2's art style. I don't mind that it's aged because it has this nice retro look to it. It just looks really nice. It's this nice blend of realism and a cartoony art style. And of course, the music for City Escape is amazing. We all know that. It's thrilling, it's exciting, it's just fun. And there's a lot to do in this level. That's why I and so many others have played it endlessly. And it's got Sonic on a snowboard, jumping out of a helicopter from the beginning. This is such a great opening for any game. It just gives you the idea of what this game is going to be like, and this is how it starts. You're always going to remember it. There's no way the third movie is going to measure up to this opening. Then there's the music. It's Jun Senoue at his best. Everything just sounds so cool. It's got so much style and personality. Just like this whole game, this game has personality. I mean, aside from Live and Learn, most of the other vocal songs are pretty good. Live and Learn is amazing, of course, but yeah, Escape from the City is great. It has my favorite version of It Doesn't Matter. That's Sonic's theme song in my head. Not even Fastest Thing Alive or His World can compete with that. As for the other songs, though, I really like the SA1 versions of Believe in Myself and Unknown from ME, but I don't like him here. EGGMAN is great for Eggman. Throw It All Away for Shadow is pretty good. I just never got into it that much. Flying the Freedom is okay, but eh. As for the actual individual level tracks, my favorite theme is probably Metal Harbor. It's just too catchy. Then there's the story. Yes, Archie is the best Sonic stories. I've said that 1,000 times before. But as for the games, this just can't be topped. There's a reason we all remember the story of SA2. And I don't think it has that many flaws. I mean, I don't, as in, the problems I have with the story aren't the kind of stupid problems you would hear all the times on the internet in 2010s. None of that some stuff with Maria and Shadow and all that dumb of a how did the ultimate life form is Sonic and I don't even know. I don't even care about most of the stupid things people say about this game's story. They don't hate it because it's bad. Sure, you don't have to like everything. I can understand if people say they don't like this because they just don't care for it, fine. But people go after this as well as the stories of other Sonic games simply because they are Sonic and because they are trying to be serious, because they're trying to actually be about something. Well, excuse me. Apparently, it's too silly for a cartoon blue hedgehog with super speed to have a story that actually means something. But it's not silly for all these people to show up to a Barbie movie that ends up making over $1 billion. You have your ways, guys. I have mine. Okay. That sounded really weird. But anyway, yeah, this game just has a really good story. It's also funny too. This probably is my favorite version of Sonic in any game. I guess Black Knight's version is better, but I've never liked Jason Griffith's Sonic voice that much, so I think Ryan Drummond's just better in the games. Now, neither of them are Roger Craig Smith, but Ryan Drummond is still really good. And hey, Emmy Jones recently got David Humphrey to play Shadow on her Sonic and Tails R Episode X thing she just did today. That was pretty cool. He's definitely my favorite Shadow voice because people always talk about Jason Griffith, or they're bad mouthing Kirk Thornton. Nobody ever talks about David Humphrey. I love David Humphrey's Shadow. He sounds like Anakin from Revenge of the Sith, which is why I wish Hayden Christensen got to play Shadow, but without the whiny over the top stuff, which sure I like the whiny over the top stuff that Anakin has, but Shadow is supposed to be this kind of mellow, somber guy. Whenever I read Archie, I read his lines with this voice because it just fits. It fits perfectly with those quieter tones. He can still get mad though. Yeah, I like doing that voice. Amy is still really annoying, but what are you gonna do? At least she gets that one good moment with Shadow at the end, but okay, I'll say this. I dislike that scene in Sonic X not because Amy wasn't the one to talk to Shadow, it's because Chris did it. And Amy was literally right there. And the third movie, I don't mind that Amy's probably not gonna be in it and it's not gonna be her. I'm gonna be mad because that scene is probably gonna be in the movie, and it's probably gonna be Tom or Maddie who tells it to Shadow. Two characters I don't care about. I don't care about Sonic's weird adopted family of humans. Sonic has parents, and all I'll say is you two people aren't them. But anyway, this game has a really good story. It's well paced. I like how it feels like this cool action movie. It's the fate of the world lies in the hands of our characters, and they have to stop it before Eggman fires the Eclipse Cannon. At least that's the hero story. And the dark story is really good too. Uh, that's all I gotta say about the story. Well, other than that, this game has such an amazing climax. People have criticized Tails' lines to Eggman where he says, "Well, I don't know, but I do know is we all did it together." But I don't know, I like those lines because really, what is he supposed to say? And as Eggman says, "Well, I guess you are right." It's true. Gerald Robotnik's legacy has been destroyed. His plan to obliterate all of mankind has been stopped. The day is saved. What else needs to be said? Sure, it's probably a little weird for Eggman to imagine that his own grandfather probably didn't mind murdering his grandson, but, all's well that ends well, right? In conclusion, SA2 is easily the best Sonic game. I have issues with this, sure, but not a ton of issues. This is still a really well-made video game. It's fun, it's exciting, it's very memorable. This is just the Sonic game in my eyes, and nothing will ever change that. Sure, as Jebzone said, it's not impossible for it to be outdone. People just haven't tried. Well, '06 tried to outdo it, and I have a lot of respect for '06 and even like much of it, but That definitely did not outdo this. I don't think that needs to be said. But anyway, comment down below. Do you think SA2 is the best Sonic game? Do you think it's worthy of its incredible legacy? That's all for now, and as always, keep on juicing.